Okay, so nung last meeting we have discussed all about bench work. So we associate the term in a workbench. So sabi natin, pag sinabing bench work, we use hand tools or power tools rather than using heavy machinery. So sabi rin natin, we describe that bench work is used or do or done in stationary settings. We also describe the different types of hand tools. We also discuss this general safety in bench work. Okay, the housekeeping procedures and types of housekeeping. We also discuss the care of hand tools, and then we also discuss the laying out tools, wherein we describe each laying out tools and its characteristics. And then also we have discussed on how to use the laying out with tri-square and steel rule. As you can see, you usually use it or you use it na, ginamit yun na siya sa paggagawa ng inyong toolbox. Okay? And then, ito yung tamang procedures. So, kung ganito yung paggamit ninyo nung sa paggagawa ninyo yung toolbox, di tama ang inyong paggagawa. We also discuss on how to laying out with the divider. Okay, the divider is like a compass, ano? And then, we also discuss the laying out with surface gauge. The laying out with protractor. So, syempre, we use protractor in designing and carrying out the measurements, especially the angle. Ano? So, gumamit ba kayo ng protractor nung kayo ay nag-layout sa inyong toolbox?
Hindi po.
Hindi. So, paano nyo na-measure yung degree?
Triangle o.
Triangle ho.
Okay. Sige, pwede naman ang triangle kasi meron din siyang degree. Ano? And then we
Mas
also
madali din.
okay, you also use hammers. Okay? So, especially the mallet hammer o kaya the ball peen hammer. Pero basically, mas okay na pang panday o pang bend yung mallet kasi siya ay mataas for flattening dun sa inyong toolbox. And then, basically, pag sinabi nating hammer, it is a very simple striking tool. Okay? Weighted for pang pitpit, for strike, for crimping, And then, you also experience to hammer. So, sana naman during hammering, wala sa inyong na martilyo. Meron ba sa inyong habang nagmamartilyo ay na martilyo ang kamay? Okay, sana'y wala. Kasi kabalitaan dun sa ibang section, sa O3 at saka sa O4, na meron daw mga namamartilyo ang kamay. So, pagka namamartilyo ang kamay, ang pinupukpok ay salip na yung tawag doon yung mga yero ang pinupukpok ay kamay. Ako na may hanga. At bakit kamay ang pinupukpok during bench work? Okay, so we categorize also the parts of ball peen hammer as you can see in the pictures or picture rather. The straight pin hammer also, the cross pin hammer, and then the most commonly used claw hammer, and then the sledges. Ito yung sinaunang hammer assembly. And then hammers also categorized or used with the following: for striking punches called chisel, steel letters, figures. It also used for forging hot metals, riveting, bending, straightening, pinning, or stretching and swagging. We also discussed the safety in the using of hammer. So, we can say na pag gumagamit tayo ng hammer, dapat ay hinahawakan natin siya ng maayos, syempre sa handle. Kasi pagka hindi maayos ang hawak, syempre pwede siyang makatalsik at pwedeng makasugat ng ating mga kasamahan. So, the handle of hammer should be dry and not greasy. Handle should be smooth. Surface should not spotted. Hold the hammer handle. We also describe the type of bench vise. We have the machinist and utility vise. We also have discussed the parts of a vise. So for sure, most of you naman naka-experience na kung paano gumamit ng vise. Tama ba? And then we also discuss yung proper maintenance and lubrications of vise. The safety in the using of vise. Okay? Hindi ko lang sure kung meron dito tayong presentation ng vise. Tingnan natin sa mga sa previous vise, bench vise. bench vise. Okay, tingnan natin. Okay, wala palang bench vise. Ano? Okay, and then saan tayo natapos? Clamps, tapos na tayo, ano? When device is not visible, a clamp can be used as a gripping device. Yan. Screwdrivers. Okay. So, meron tayong iba't ibang uri ng screwdrivers. I think, na-discuss na rin natin siya, ano, nung last meeting. Screwdrivers. Tingnan ko lang kung may presentation dito ng screwdriver. Tanda ko meron yun eh. Screwdrivers. Yun, meron. Okay. So, I'll be showing a complimentary video for screwdriver.
One of the most valuable tools in your toolbox is the trusty screwdriver. There are a lot of types of screwdrivers, but in this video, we are going to focus on four components. The flathead, the lips, the ratchet, and the offset screwdriver. First on the list is the flathead screwdriver. This screwdriver is considered to be the standard screwdriver. It is used for most general work and comes in a variety of sizes. The blade must have sharp corners and fit the slot it is screwed closely.
The Phillips-type screwdriver is made with a specially shaped blade to fit the Phillips-type cross-slot screw. The head of the screws have two slots that cross in the center.
You have the offset screwdriver. This particular type makes work possible in tight corner where the straight type will not enter. It has one blade punched in line with the shaft and other blade at right angle to the shaft.
Lastly, we have the ratchet screwdriver. The ratchet screwdriver is used to remove or drive small screws rapidly. A ratchet screwdriver has a mechanism that permits the tool to apply turning force only in one direction, while moving freely in the opposite, so it can be set to drive or remove screws without having to move the bit in and out of the screw head at the end of each turn.
Thank you for joining us as we explore the world of screwdrivers.
We hope you find this video as helpful and informative.
Happy fixing! Bye-bye!
Charlie's Angels.
Okay, so that's additional information for screwdrivers. So nadagdag doon yung ratchet screwdriver, tama? Okay, so after screwdrivers, so dun sa video presentations nakita naman yung iba't ibang type ng screwdrivers. Okay. Wait lang, ating video capture. And then, yun nga, napakita yung ratchet screwdriver. And then next, we are also done with the pliers, the type of pliers. And then, we are also done with the type of wrenches. Okay. And then, next, shears and snips. Tapos na ba tayo dito? Tapos na rin na. Punches or punch. Yung center punch, prick punch, starting punch, hacksaw, alam ko tapos na rin tayo dito. Chisels, yan. Tapos na rin tayo dyan, ano. files. Okay. So, files. Tapos na ba tayo dito? Tapos na ano? Pero I want to highlight lang yung use ng files. Yung mga matatalas na kantuhan, dapat fina-files ninyo. Ano? So, madalang ako makakita na nagkikikil or nagpa-files ng mga toolbox. So, dapat ay fina-files ninyo yung matatalas. Okay po? Yung toolbox nyo. And then, nasa na tayo? After files, we have yan, ano? Yan, yung correct way of using the files. So, we're here on drills and drilling. Kasi kayo ay bubutas na ng inyong toolbox. Okay? So, when we say drilling, it is the operation of producing hole by removing metal from solid mass using twist drill. Siguro ang pagkakamali lang natin, yung kayo ay nag-drill, ang iba sa inyo ay saka nag-drill nung na-layout na or na-bend and na-fold na yung inyong mismong body. Yung mga cover, yung mga side cover, yung top cover, yung iba ay na-fold na and na-bend na, saka pa nag-drill. Pero yung iba, napapansin ko, nag-drill na sila ng butas or nag-create na sila ng mga butas habang hindi pa na-fold or na-bend. So, any of the two can be possible or acceptable. So, bahala na kayo kung anong gusto nyo. Yung mauna mag-drill or mauna yung bending and folding. Pero ang pinaka-usual practice natin ay nauna yung bending and folding. Pero dun sa mga nakikita ko, parang mas maganda na nag-drill muna bago nag-bend and fold. Yes, Carl Benedict.
Sir, pagka po kasi una namin yung yung
Drilling.
bubutas muna. Tapos minsan po ay pagka itatama na po namin pagkatapos mag-bend,
Sala.
hindi po siya nagkakatama pag sa rivet.
Yun.
Pasan ni rivet.
Okay. So, yun. Parang mas advisable na after bending and folding, saya ka ang drilling. Ano? Pero yung iba, pag sukat na sukat, edi yun. So, dapat susukatin yung distansya ng mga butas. Doon sa kabila, ipapanama. Okay. So, tama naman si Carl. Okay po. So, meron tayong iba't ibang drilling machines or tools or power tools na pwedeng gamitin. As you can see, doon sa shop, meron tayong mechanical drill press. Okay? And then, meron tayong electric drill. Ang iba gumagamit ng portable drill. Okay? So, the first one, yung twist drill na tinatawag, it is a tool that does the work of drilling by slicing metal. Twist drills are also used for cutting larger holes in metal. So, a twist drill is a cutting tool used to produce a hole in a piece of metal or other material. So, the most common drill manufactured has two cutting edges, which is the lips and the two straight of helical flutes. So, the flutes provide the cutting edges with the cutting fluid and allow the chips to escape during the drilling operation. So, twist drills are available with either 2, 3, or 4 flutes. Yun yung spiral grooves. So, butt drills having 3 or more flutes are used for the following smaller drills or for enlarging cord holes and are not suitable for drilling into solid stock. So, yung spiral flute, yan, na tinatawag, yung ating bala. So, they gave a correct rack angle to the lips. They cause chips form while drilling to pour tightly so that they occupy the minimum amount of space. So they form channels through which such chips can escape from the hole. They allow the lubricant, when one is used, to flow easily down to the cutting edge of the drill. So, meron tayong tinatawag na drill bit materials. So, merong high-speed steel drills. So, it is the most commonly used drills since they can be operated at good speeds and the cutting edges can withstand heat and wear. So, as you can see on your activities, kapag yung drill bits nyo magandang magbutas. Pero pagka yung drill bits yung mumurahin, madaling maputol, so syempre abalang-abala rin para sa inyo. So, yung high-speed steel drills, so it can withstand heat and wear. So, hindi siya basta-basta nag-iinit and then hindi siya basta-basta napuputol. Yung pangalawa, yung tinatawag nating cemented carbide drills. Okay. So, yung cemented carbide drills can be operated much faster than high-speed steel drills. So, they are used to drill hard materials. So, ito yung mga ginagamit para sa mga titigas na bakal. So they can be operated at high speeds and they can withstand higher heat. Twist drills are made of carbon steel, basically, or high-speed alloy steel. So carbon steel drills are satisfactory for the general run of work and are less expensive, although they may lose their hardness if heated excessively. So high-speed drills are used on tough metals at high speeds. They will keep on cutting when red hot, but should be cooled in still air. If cooled quickly, they may crack or split. Okay, ito yung ating mga drill terminology. So we have, before a drill is used of any kind works, we should be familiarized on the ground and sharpened. So if a drill is not in proper condition, the drill will be difficult to use. So syempre, ang ginagawa natin para magamit natin ng maayos ang drill, so syempre, nilalagyan muna natin minsan ng center punch muna natin yung materials na ating gagamitin para pag nilagay natin yung electric drill or drill press, hindi siya nadaples. Okay? Okay po ba? Pero yung iba, usually, hindi na talaga gagamit ng punch. Dinidirekta na. So, anong napapansin nyo kapag dinidirekta? Hello? Yes, no.
Madulas po, sir.
Okay, madulas. So, dun yung papasok yung purpose ng mga punch at saka yung mga chisel. Kaya yung iba, nagmamark muna. Kasi pagka may mark na, madali nang butasin. Especially kapag makapal yung bakal. Pero yung mga yero-yero naman na ginagawa nyo, actually, kung tutusin, madali naman nga. Pwedeng wala na. Kaya lang, minsan nag-i-slip pa rin. Hindi may iwasan na dudulas. Okay, these are the terminologies used for drilling. Yung tinatawag nating dead center. So, when we say dead center, it is the sharp chisel edge of the extreme tip on the drill. It is formed by the intersection of the cone-shaped surfaces of the point and should always be in the exact center of the axis of the drill. Yung sunod, yung tinatawag nating point of a drill, it is the entire cone-shaped surface at the cutting end, and it should not be confused with a dead center. The heel of the drill is the portion of the point back of the cutting lips or edges. The lips clearance angle is the angle at which the drill point is ground off just back the lips. The margin is the narrow strip which extends the whole extent of the flutes, being part of the cylinder that is interrupted by the flutes and by what is known as the body clearance. Ito yun. Okay, so we have the lip clearance, the point, we have the margin, cutting lip, lip clearance, yan, yung dead center, yung margin, yung cutting lip. Okay, so yung flute, lip or cutting edge, dead center, yan, margin. Okay, ito yung dinidescribe dito sa taas. At pag sinabi naman nating margin, it is the narrow strip which extends the whole length of the flutes, being part of the cylinder that is interrupted by the flutes, and what is known as the body clearance. The portion of the drill back of the margin is of slightly less diameter than the margin, and the difference is known as the body clearance. Ito naman yung ating body clearance. Okay? Body clearance reduces the friction between the drill's mid and the walls of the hole, while the margin ensures that the hole is of the right size. It runs the entire length of the drill between the flutes, gradually increasing the thickness toward the shank. Ito yon, yung mga drills terminology. Okay pa? Again, dead center, yung sharp edge. Yan. Kita ang dead center. Sunod, yung point of a drill, yung entire cone shape. Okay? Point of a drill. Yan, the point. The entire cone shape. Sunod, yung heel of a drill. Alin yung heel? Nasaan ang heel? Okay, so pag sinabi nating heel of a drill, it is the portion of the point back of the cutting lips or edges. Point back. Nasaan? Nasaan ang heel? Anong description ng heel? Portion of the point back of the cutting lips or edges. Cutting lip or cutting edges. So, ito yung cutting edges. Yung point back daw nito. Nasaan? Ito, lip clearance pala yun. Okay, yung lip clearance angle naman is the drill point, it's ground off just back of the lips. Ito yun. Ang ating hinahanap heel, nasan yung heel? Kung makita. Sunod, yung margin is the narrow strip which extends. Alin ang margin? Ito yon. And then, okay, yung heel, yung back of the cutting lips. Nasaan yung cutting lips? Ito. Eh, dito. Heel. Okay po. Back of the cutting lips. And then, we have the portion of the drill back. Okay po. May tanong sa drill terminology. Yung parts. May tanong po dun sa parts ng drill.
Wala po, sir.
Okay po. Madali lang naman intindihin, ano? Basta malaman niyo yung components. Okay, next. Ito yon. A twist drill may be divided into three main components. We have the shank. Ito. We have the body. Yung body is dun sa dulo ng handle, papunta dun sa point. And then, the body contains the flutes. Okay, ito. The margin, and the body clearance. And then yung point, it is the shape and condition of point are very important to the cutting position of the drill. Kasi yun yung point, yun yung nagdidikta sa magiging shape or ano ng butas ng drill. Tama? Okay, halimbawa, gagawa ka ng counter boring, counter sinking, yung point ang nag-iiba. Okay po? Nakuha ba yung gusto ko yung sinasabi ko? Yung
sir.
point nag-iiba, halimbawa counter boring, gagawa ka ng ano, yung point nag-iiba ang shape. Yung iba, halos dito lang sa portion na to, naiiba. Halimbawa, gagawa ka ng counter boring, counter sinking, yun ang nangyayari. Okay, this is the recommended drill points for various materials. Yan, may degree, 120 to 135, 135. So, ito yung angle for general purpose. We have angles for soft material, angles for hard materials. Okay. Next, we have the drill shank. Okay, pag sinabi nating drill shank, it is the end that fits into the chuck of the hand drill. Okay, yun yung ibinabaon dun sa drill press, electric drill. Okay, ito yon. Yung pinaka hander ng electric drill bits. Okay po, nakuha yung drill shank.
Yes po.
Okay po. Drill shank is the end that fits into the hand drill, electric drill, or drill press. Straight shank drills are used to drill holes up to about 1/2 inch in diameter. Larger holes are usually drilled in the taper shank drill. The square shank drill is made to use in a brace. So, this is the type of twist drill shanks. Okay. Yan. Merong margin, flute point, and then yan. Ito yung size stamp here, taper shank. Okay, ito naman yung hand drill na tinatawag. Ano? Ito yung mga sinaunang drill. Mano-mano ang pagbutas. Dapat pala pag pinaganto ko muna kayo, no? Hand drilling tools. Okay? So, that ends that for drilling. Pero, I will show you a video presentations about drilling na ginawa ng mga tawag doon ng mga IE. Ano ba dito? Drill. Wait lang ha. Tingnan natin kung may drilling sila. Drills, drilling. Yun.
Guys, wala na akong pera. Makaraki kaya kay ate.
Oh, bakit?
Marakit ka ba dyan? Wala na akong pera eh.
Di ko pa sure eh. Wait lang ah. May natawa.
Ano ba yan? Hello?
Hello, Dari, ikaw ba yan?
Uy, ba't ka napatawag?
May bagong decorations kasi dito dumating sa bahay. Ay, hindi naman ako maalam magkabit nito. Free ka ba mamaya?
Mga anong oras ba?
Hapon kaya?
Hapon. Sige, sasama kong pinsan ko.
Ayan, thank you, Dari.
Uy, ate, promise mo, sasama mo ako ha? Oo na, sige, late na ako. Sige, bye, thank you.
Okay, parang nawala yung audio dahil na mute kasi for copyright issues.
Your first lesson for today, Leia, is all about drilling holes in a wall.
Wow, I love using the drill.
Pero bago ang lahat, kailangan muna nating magsuot ng goggles at gloves para proteksyonan ang ating mata at kamay sa anumang mga maaring bagay na tumalsik.
Ganito ba, Dari?
Yan, tama yan. Pero itali mo muna yung buhok mo para hindi makasagabal sa iyong mga mata at para hindi na rin pumulupot sa drill.
Ito, okay na.
Yan, mukhang ready ka na. But before that, let's go outside para maturuan kita kung paano gumamit ng drill.
Sige, tara.
Pero bago ang lahat, kailangan muna natin ilagay itong drill bit sa chalk.
Did you know that there are two main types of drill bit materials? The high-speed steels and cemented carbide drills. High-speed steels are commonly used due to their ability to withstand heat and wear at good speeds. Cemented carbide drills, on the other hand, are suitable for drilling hard materials as they can operate at higher speeds and withstand even higher heat. The dead center is the sharp tip edge at the end of the drill, always at the center. The point is the entire cone-shaped cutting surface. The heel is behind the cutting edge and the lip clearance angle is behind the lips. However, the margin is a narrow strip along the flutes, ensuring the right hole size, while the body clearance is slightly smaller than the margin, reduces friction with hole walls.
Pwede ko bang subukan gamitin to?
Sige.
Ang hirap naman ito, Dari. Pwede mo ba akong turuan kung paano ang tamang paggamit ng drill?
Note that before a drill is used on any kind of work, it is important that it be correctly ground and sharpened. If a drill is not in proper condition for work, it will drill with difficulty, make a hole that is rough or off size, and perhaps break while in use.
Ganito kasi ang tamang paggamit ng drill, Leia. Una, markahan mo kung saan mo nais ilagay ang butas. Tapos, itutok mo ang drill bit sa kung saan mo minarkahan. Hawakan mo ng maigi ang drill para maging maayos ang pagkakabutas. Tapos, pindutin mo ang speed trigger para umandara ang drill. Pag nakuha mo na ang nais na lalim na iyong ginawang butas, tanggalin mo ang drill at linisin ang mga alikabok. Now, ikaw naman, Leia.
Oo nga, Dari. Ang dali lang pala mag-drill.
Yan, handa na tayong magkabit ng decoration sa loob. Ayan, tapos na natin ilagay ang mga decorations.
Oo nga, maraming salamat sa pagturo sa akin kung paano gumamit ng drill. Para sa susunod ay makakarakit na ako.
Okay po, so I think very clear naman na explain kung what is drill, the drill terminologies, the operations on how to use the drill. And then siguro in the next meetings natin ay i-require ko din kayo na magawa ng vlog all about several tools and hand tools na ginagamit natin sa automotive. Kagaya ng sa IE, Industrial Engineering, kasi ako rin ang mawak sa last year, gagawa din kayo ng ganyang presentation. Okay po? So, isip na kayo ng magandang techniques kung paano nyo siya mape-present. And then, sa dami kong na-present sa inyong video presentations, ganun din ang inyong gagawin. Yes, Gerald Balmes. Gerald mo nang nag-raise kanina.
Pero ano po yun? By group? Yung
Yes, by group.
Sa
By group.
pag-vlog.
By group. Yes, JB.
Thank you po, sir.
JB, yes, JB.
Basta ako pag po.
Ah?
Ano po, ang tanong naman po ay kung kayo po yung magbibigay po ng group po.
Ako yung magbibigay ng groupings.
Sige po,
At saka
thank you
yung
po.
topic. Ano? Okay po, so next, we will proceed. Meron pa ba ditong wait lang, tingnan natin kung may presentation pa ng drill. Ayan, meron dito na isa. Drill press pala yung sunod. Yun naman yung next topic natin, drill press. Okay. Okay, next is the what we call drill press. Okay. So, sinong hindi pa nakakita ng drill press, yun yung nasa mechanical shop. Okay, drill press is a machine used for drilling operations, available in a wide variety for types and sizes to suit different types, sizes of workpieces. Actually, ang drill press, yan yung equipment version ng ating electric drill. Okay pa? Sinong hindi pa nakakakita ng drill press? Okay, ito yung ating drill press. Yan. Okay po? Yan. Nakita nyo na? So, ang part niya, merong base, merong table, column, table clamp, hand feed lever, drilling head, so yung depth stop, spindle, sleeve, and chuck. Okay, so isa-isahin natin yung parts. Una yung base, yung tinatawag. So, yung base, ito yun. So, the base is made of cast iron. It provides stability for the machine. Okay, lakihan natin ng konti. And rigid mounting for the column. So, the base is usually provided with hose so that it may be bolted to a table or bench to keep it rigid. So, the slots or ribs in the base allow the work holding device for the workpiece to be clamped to the base. Yung sunod yung tinatawag nating column. Ito yung column. Yung poste. Ano? Okay, kita ba yung araw na nagalaw? Okay pa? Ito yung ating column. Nakuha? May audio ga ako. Yan.
Meron po, sir.
Okay po. So, yung column, it is an accurate vertical cylindrical post, yung post, that fits into the base. So, the table which is fitted on the column may be adjusted to any point between the base and head. The head of the drill press is mounted near the top of the column. Sunod yung tinatawag nating table. Alin yung table? Okay, ito yan. So, dito sa table, dito natin nilalagay yung ating i-drill. Okay po? So, the table is either round or rectangular. Pero ang pinaka-common ay rectangular. It is used to support the workpiece to be machined. The table, whose surface is at 90 degrees to the column, may be raised, lowered, and swiveled around the column. On some models, it is possible to tilt and lock the table in either direction for drilling holes on an angle. Slots are provided in most tables to allow jigs, fixtures, or large workpieces to be clamped directly to the table. Yung sunod, yung tinatawag nating drilling head. Okay, ito yung drilling head. Nasaan? Ito. Okay, so yung drilling head, okay, is mounted close to the top of the column, contains the mechanism to revolve the cutting tool and advance into the workpiece. So the spindle, which is a round shaft that holds drives the cutting tool, is used in the spindle sleeve. The spindle sleeve does not resolve, but is moved up and down by the hand feed lever that is connected to the pinion on the rack of the spindle level. Kasi dito nakalagay itong mga hand feed lever, depth stop, etc. dito sa drilling head. Also, the end of the spindle may have tapered taper shank tools, or it may be threaded or tapered for attaching a drill chuck. Next, we have the hand feed lever. Okay. Ito yung ating kinokontrol to move this chuck up and down para tumaas baba yung ating pang-drill. Okay po? Yung ating hand feed lever. So the hand feed lever is used to control the vertical movement of the spindle sleeve and the cutting tool para siya ay tumaas baba or the vertical movement. Next, we have the depth stop. Ito yon. So yung depth stop, it dictates the maximum kung gaano kalalim yung pwedeng pang-drill natin. So the depth stop attached to the spindle sleeve can be set to control the depth that a cutting tool enters the workpiece. Next, we have the drill chuck. Ito. So the drill chuck are the most common devices used on a drill press for holding straight shank cutting tools. Most drill chucks contains 3 jaws that move all at the time when the outer collar is turned. The 3 jaws hold the straight shaft of a cutting tool securely and cause it to run accurately. Okay? Okay, so far, do you have questions with the parts and components of drill press? Sino pong may tanong sa drill press? Leo, may tanong?
Wala po.
Okay po, may clarifications sa drill press? Okay, so let's continue. So, ito yung tinatawag nating radial drilling machine. Ito naman yung part niya. Merong arm elevating lever. Ito yung kanyang column. We have the drilling head. We have the radial arm. And then, ito yung transfer hand wheel. Ito yung ating spindle. And then, table. Dito nilalagay. Then, base. Ito yung ating radial drilling machine. Okay. Tool holding devices of drill press. Okay. Used to hold or drive cutting tool. Drill press spindle provides means of holding and driving cutting tool. The end of it may be tapered or threaded for mounting drill chuck. So, ito yung most common tool holding device, yung drill chucks. Ito yung nasa ilalim ng ating drill press. The most common devices used for holding straight shank cutting tools. It contains 3 jaws that move simultaneously when outer sleeve turned. Okay, ito na naman yung tinatawag nating dry sleeves. It is used to adapt cutting tool shank to machine spindle if taper on tool is smaller than tapered hole in spindle. Then, ito naman yung tinatawag nating drill sockets used when the hole is spindle of drill for small for taper shank of drill. And then, working holding device of drill press, we have the drill vise. Okay, ito yun. Used to hold round, square, or odd-shaped rectangular pieces. Yan, drill vise. Pwede tayong gumamit ng ganyan. Next, we have clamps or straps. It used to fasten to work or drill on a plate for drilling various sizes. Pero ang alam lang natin yung mga bench vise o yung mga bench vise, yung mga tawag doon, yung vice grip. Pero pwede tayong gumamit ng mga clamps or strap. Kagaya nito, finger clamp, U-clamp, at saka straight clamp. Okay, clamping hints. As you can see in the picture, always place both close to work pieces. Okay. Have packing block slightly higher than work surface being clamped. Insert piece of paper between machine table, the workpiece to prevent shifting. Place metal shim between clamp and work pieces. Syempre para hindi rin magasgas yung surface. Use sub-base or liner under rough casting. And shim parts that do not lie flat to prevent rocking. Okay, ito yung ating mga safety in drill press. Syempre, never wear loose clothing. Next, a hairnet, using a hairnet. So, as you can see in the picture, during drilling operations, kailangan tayo nag-hairnet. Okay? To prevent it from becoming caught in the revolving parts of the drill press. Never wear rings, watches, bracelet, or necklaces while working in a machine shop. Always wear, okay, pinakita rin yan yung paggamit ng goggles or glasses, safety glasses, when operating any machine. Never set the speed, adjust, or measure the work until the machine is completely stopped. Keep the work area and the floor clean and free oil and grease. Never clamp, taper shank drills and mills or non-standard tools in a drill chuck. Never leave a chuck key in a drill chuck at any time. Always use the brush to remove chips. Always clamp workpieces when drilling holes larger than 1/2 inch in diameter. When drilling sheet metal, it is necessary to clamp the sheet on a workpiece of wood. Reducing drilling pressure as the drill breaks through the workpieces. So, unti-unti lang. So, hindi kailangang kung matigas yung surface, yung bakal, inuunti-unti ang pagbutas kung hindi kaya ng isang babaan. Pero pagka naman mga yero-yero, isang anuan lang butas agad. Always remove the burrs, yung mga pinagtanggalan, yung pinagbutasan, yung mga debris, yung mga tawag doon, parang kung ano ay mga abo-abo. Always remove the burrs, yung burrs yung metal, from a hole that has been drilled. Next. Okay, countersinking yung next topic. So before that, so I will show you a video presentation all about drill press.
Is enlarged.
Ang galing!
Hoy,
Pagod ka na ba sa ginagamit ng hand tool?
masakit ba sa kamay?
Nagko-consume na ba ng matagal na oras?
May solusyon kami para sa'yo.
Totohanan lang, walang plastikan!
Welcome na naman sa isa pang episode ng Totoo Shopping. And our product for today is the very special drill press na nakapagpapadali ng inyong trabaho at kumukonsumo lamang ng kakaunting oras. This is a very special drill because, well, actually,
Okay po, nawala ang audio siguro dahil due to copyright issue. So as you can see, meron diniscuss nila yung types of drill. So frequently used drill, as you can see, yun yung sa mechanical shop. So unless it is required, okay, yan yung operations. Normally drilling machines are very practical with the tools having variable speeds. So you can use multiple spindles for gun. Yan yung pagtaas baba, yung paggamit ng ating drill press. So, yan yung procedures. So, you can adjust the speed. Okay, yan. Wala internet. And maybe manual or automatic. And then, he also explained the several parts of the drill press. We have the hand wheel, a very important part of the drilling machine, because with the help of this, it calculates how much feed is to be given in a job or workpiece is controlled. Yan. We have the electric motor. It is used to supply the power to the drilling machine. Next, we have the column or the steering column, yung post. It supports the table and head and the mechanism. Okay, it's also the cast iron or steel used to make columns because its mechanical properties of high strength and also hardened. Okay, so yeah, we have the table. So the table is used to hold the workpiece or a job and can be adjusted by moving it upward or downward direction. Next, we have the table clamp. It is used to position and restrain the work, making the operation much more secure and consistent. Yeah. We have the drill chuck. Okay, the drill chuck plays a very most important role in drilling machine because it's used as a work holding device. Okay, we have the hand filled lever, yung hawak niya. Drill presses are more precise, can be faster and more efficient, and drill presses are more powerful. Okay, yan. Yung hand feed lever, yung hinahawak niya. So, given the started time frame, you have much greater control of the machine kasi siya ay equipment. Okay, with a drill press, significantly reduce your risk of injury when drilling kumpara doon sa electric drill. Na manual. Kasi naka-stationary yung machine. So, the handheld drill.
It is less portability. Drill press are understandably less portable than handheld drills due to their weight and size. While you go for a smaller model to mitigate this, you will end up compromising on the size of materials that you can practically work with. Drilling angle holes can be more time intensive.
At higit sa lahat, mura lang ito. Sa talagang 19,999.75 pesos, ay meron ka ng sarili mong drill press. Siya ka, no? Kung 20,000 pesos yan, gugulit niya. At ngayong araw, ay meron naman po tayo na bentang product.
Hanggang sa susunod, ito
Totoo Shopee!
Uy, bayad mo.
Okay, so additional, meron pa dito isa, yung drills and drilling.
What's up mga ka-drill bits?
Ngayon, tatalakayin natin ang mundo ng pagdidrill.
Sa unang tingin, tila simple lang ang pagdidrill.
Ngunit meron itong mga kaalaman na maaaring makaayos o makasira ng iyong mga proyekto. At ngayon, simulan na natin to.
Una sa lahat.
Isa pa sa mahalagang
Una sa lahat, pag-usapan natin ang drill mismo. Ang gamit ko ngayon ay ang Makita Drill. Ito ay isang maasahan na tool na maaaring magamit natin sa kahit anong uri ng pagdidrill. Siguraduhin natin na gamitin natin ang tamang drill para sa tamang trabaho.
Ang tamang pamamaraan ay mahalaga pagdating sa pagdidrill. Una, kailangan mo itong hawakan ng mabuti gamit ang iyong parehong kamay. Pangalawa, kailangan mo panatilihin ang motor sa pagdidrill. Pangatlo, kailangan mo pumunta sa eksaktong lugar kung saan mo gusto mag-drill. Tapos pang-apat, unti-unti mo nang pe-press ang trigger para mag-drill. Ganito guys. Yeah!
Ang iba't ibang material ay nangangailangan ng iba't ibang pamamaraan ng pagdidrill, gaya na lamang ng metal at kahoy. Sa pagdidrill sa kahoy, kailangan mo ng patuloy na pagdidrill at katamtamang puwersa para maiwasan ang pagkabiyak. Tulad na lamang nito. Sa pagdidrill naman sa mga metal na bagay, kailangan mo ng malakas at mabagal na pagdidrill para makatagos sa matitigas na bagay, gaya na lamang nito.
Isa pa sa mahalagang aspeto ng pagdidrill ay ang paggamit ng tamang drill bit para sa material na iyong ginagamit. Ngayon, ginagamit ko itong twist drill para sa kahoy at ang carbide tip drill naman na para sa metal. Siguraduhin na ang iyong drill ay matalas at maganda ang kondisyon para makatagos ito sa dapat tagusan.
Ngayon, nandito tayo sa BSU at tayo dadako naman sa mechanical shop upang ipakita ko sa inyo ang drill press. At ito ang drill press.
Okay, so yun, table. Okay, ano yung nasa ilalim? Anyone? Yan, table. Nawala ang audio kasi copyright issue. Yun yung mga ginawa ng mga IE last year. At pinapakita nyo.
At ito ngayon ang drill press. Una sa lahat, ito ang base. Ito ay nagpo-provide ng stability para sa ating drill press. Ang sunod naman na bahagi ay ang table. Dito natin pinapatong ang kung ano mga kailangan natin i-drill. Ang sunod na bahagi ng drill press ay ang hand feed lever. Ang purpose nito ay para mas makontrol natin ang vertical movement ng ating drill head para mas may control tayo sa ating dinidrill. Ganito siya pag ganun. Ang sunod na bahagi ay ang table clamp. Ito ay para mas makontrol natin ang height ng ating table. Ang sunod na bahagi ng drill press ay ang drill head. Nandito ang spindle sleeve at saka ang chuck. Kung makikita nyo, wala siyang laman na drill bit. Kaya dapat ito ay kinakabitan upang siya ay makapag-drill ng ating kailangan i-drill. Tapos dito po natin siya kinokontrol. Upang makontrol natin ang vertical movement. At doon nagtatapos ang pagtalakay natin tungkol sa drill press. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig mga ka-drill bits.
At doon na natin nakamit mga ka-drill bits.
Sa tamang kasangkapan at pamamaraan ay hindi mo na kailangan pang matakot sa paggamit itong drill bits. Para sa susunod na ikaw ay magagawa ng iyong estante o kakagamitan sa bahay, ay magagawa mo ito ng maayos at walang palya, di ba?
Ang pagpapahusay sa sining ng pagdidrill ay makakapagbukas ng isang mundo ng mga posibilidad para sa ating mga gawaing DIY.
At salamat sa pagtutok ngayon sa aming mga ka-drill beats. At huwag nating kakalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe para sa iba pang mga tips and tutorials.
Hanggang sa muli mga ka-drill bits! Bang, 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 bang! What's
Okay po. So, that explains yung ating discussions kanina. So far, do you have questions with drills and drilling? Drill press rather. Drills, drilling, and drill press. Questions? None? Okay, so we will now proceed with the next topic related pa rin sa drilling. Okay, which is countersinking. Okay. Okay, so countersinking is similar to drilling. Okay. What is the difference? The difference is only yung bala. As you can see on the picture, ang bala niya ay naka-conical shape. So, ang countersinking, yun yung meron ng existing na butas, tapos yung butas na ibabaw, lalagyan lang natin ng conical shape. Nakuha po ba? And we use countersinking drill bits or bits. Okay? So, it is the operation of producing tapered or cone-shaped enlargement to end of hole. Thank you, Leo. Parang si Leo na lang ang nakikinig. Siya lang ang thumbs up. It is the process of enlarging top end of hole to shape of one to accommodate conical shape heads of fasteners. As you can see in the picture. Ibig sabihin, meron na tayong existing na butas or hole. Tapos yung ibabaw, lalagyan lang natin ng pinaka conical shape. So, ginagawa natin ng countersinking para yung ulo ng screw heads or ng bolts and nuts ay lumubog. Nakuha? Kasi di ba may mga tornilyo tayo nakikita na nasa ibabaw? Okay? So, para may lubog. Ito yung procedures on how can we perform countersinking. As you can see in the picture, ang goal niya dito ay mailubog yung ulo ng tornilyo. Kaya, nag-countersink siya. Okay? So, syempre, you will mount an 80-degree countersink in the drill chuck. Adjust spindle speed to about 1/2 that used for drilling. Place workpiece on drill table. With the spindle stop, lower countersink into hole. Clamp work if necessary. Raise countersink slightly. Start machine and feed countersink by hand until proper depth is reached. And diameter check by placing inverted screw in countersunk hole. If several holes to do, set depth stop para hindi ka adjust manually. And countersink all holes to depth set gauge. As you can see the picture, yan yung set nung para titignan niya kung lubog na. Okay, yung sunod ay reaming. Okay, so bago tayo lumaot, I will show you again a video presentation on how countersinking is performed. Countersinking. Kaya pala may hina na akong okay. Wait lang nga, may tatas. Yan. Ayun. Lumubog yung ulo no screw heads.
Countersinking is enlarging the upper part of an existing hole in metal, timber, and etc. so that the head of a screw can be sunk below the surface to be.
A countersink
Okay, so nawala audio. So usually, ayan, the first step is drilling a hole muna with the electric drill. And then after that, you will change the drill bits into countersink bits. Okay? Kasi ang gagawin mo yung existing na butas ay gagawa ka ng conical shape sa ibabaw para yung screw heads ay mag-fit or lumubog. Do you get me? Okay, yan. Yung process. Yan. Usually kasi, pagka drills lang ginawa mo, nakaultaw yung ulo ng screw yan. So, using the bits or the countersink drill bits, yan ang mangyayari para ma-fit ninyo yung ulo ng screw. Para lumubog yung screw heads. Okay, so na-mute yung audio niya kasi sa copyright issue. So, countersink bit ang ginagamit. Yan, ang tawag, countersink bit. So, mamaya kasi merong reaming bits. Okay? Counter boring bits. Okay? So, ang ginagamit natin dyan, countersinking bits. Kung meron tayong electric drill or drill bits, so meron din tayong countersink bit. Okay? Okay, as you can see, the first step palagi naman is drilling. Okay? Kasi you will create muna the initial drill or the initial hole, and then after you have created the hole, so ang gagawin mo, i-fit mo yung
Actually, wala naman talagang mali na history or origin for countersinking. Pero way back in 7,000 years ago, ay may application na ng champion para sa mga jewelry. Ito ay yung pagpapakinis ng mga necklace piece para maiwasan ang pagpapakinis ng mga necklace. But, there are records na counters.
So yan, ang ginawa nila is countersink with the use of drill press. So syempre, the very first step, again, inuulit ko lang, is creating first a hole. So kung meron na tayong existing hole, we will fit first the screw heads if it is fit. And and then i-shape natin yung parang pinakaulo ng with the drill countersink bit. Okay? Ayan, magdi-drill na ng hole para mag-fit yung ulo ng tornilyo o ng screw. Commonly, ang countersinking ay ginagamit to fit screw heads. Okay po? So, syempre, pag i-fit naman natin ay head ng bolts and nuts, hindi na countersinking, counter boring naman. Okay? Yun yung sunod, counter boring, reaming. Nakukuha nyo po ba? And studs. So, syempre, bolts and nuts, studs, ang ginagamit na ay counter boring. Yung next topic natin yun. So, yan. Wala lang audio. Okay, pinapakita na yung iba't yan. Yung countersink bit natin na tinatawag. So, meron din siyang iba't ibang shapes. Syempre medyo may maliit, may malaki-laki, may katamtaman laki para sa screw heads. Depende sa size. Okay? Okay, yan yung paggamit. Okay, we also use Allen wrench. Yan. Pag manual operations. Okay, yan. Nga clock, table clock. Okay, so we add sometimes a lubrication para dun sa surface para hindi mag-init masyado yung binubutas or yung kina-countersink natin. Okay, yan yung process ng countersinking. Okay, countersinking, counter boring. Okay, yan yung countersinking. If i-fit nyo yung screw heads. Okay. Hindi itong tornilyo. So, counter bore versus countersink. Yung counter bore, ang ginagawa mong butas sa ibabaw ay parang cylindrical. Ang countersink, ang ginagawa mong shape ay conical. Can you follow between the difference between counter boring and countersinking? Okay, thank you for the response. Yung iba siguro ay natutulog na. Okay, thank you Aldwin, thank you Sean, thank you Nolje. Okay, yan yung example ng counter boring at saka counter sinking. Yung nasa left side, yung counter sinking. Right side, yung counter boring. Thank you Althea, Chongko. Okay, Javen. Si Heart Ishin. Talagang magkasunod pagka si Manalo nag-ano sundi si Ishin yan. Okay, yan. Napatawa naman yung mga ito. Okay, Benedict Javier. Yan, nawawala na naman internet. Okay, si Leo tawan-tawa naman. Okay. Okay, yung process niya. Yes, Ishin. Sir issue. Ah, wala namang issue. Okay nga yan eh. Okay, si Joseph Benedict ay nag-join. Okay, as you can see in the picture, yan yung process ng countersinking. Ano? So, initially, meron na tayong grid holes. Ang ating gagawin lang ay gagawa tayo ng conical shape sa ibabaw para mag-fit yung screw heads. Ulit-ulit lang. Ayan. Okay, so far, do you have questions? Wala na kasi ang audio niya. Ayan, ano? Okay po. So far, do you have questions with countersinking? Oh, J-Ben. Naka-thumbs down. Okay, sige J-Ben, do you have questions? J-Ben, manalo? Talagang nagagalit ka. Ishin yung nagagalit si ano, J-Ben. Okay, so let's continue. Tawa-tawa yung mga natawanan ko ni Nolger, oh. Okay, so our next topic is all about reaming. Okay. So, reaming, countersinking, counterboring is all the same. Meron na tayong existing hole. Ang gagawin lang natin, yung existing hole ay i-enlarge natin using reamer. Ang bala ay reamer. Okay po. It is the operation of sizing and producing smooth round hole from previously drilled or bored hole. So, rotary cutting tool with several straight or helical cutting edges along body. It used to accurately size and finish hole which is previously formed by drilling. So, meron tayong two types of reamer. We have the hand reamers and the machine reamers. So, we have the parts of a reamer. Okay, yan. We have the shank. Okay. We have the body. And we have the chamfer angle. Okay. We have the flute. We have the blade, angle of chamfer. We have the body clearance, margin, cutting lips, cutting tip, and taper shank. Okay po, may questions po sa reamer. Parts. Wala. Reamer care, syempre, never turn reamer backward. It may ruin edges. So, pag pinasok, hindi taas-baba. Kailangan padiretso lang. Always store reamers in separate containers to prevent cutting edges from being nicked. Never roll or drop reamers on metal surfaces. When not in use, reamer should be oiled. Fine free cutting grinding wheel should be used for resharpening reamers. Okay, procedure for hand reaming straight holes. So, syempre, you will mount on parallels in vise and clamp it securely to table. Drill holes to proper size, leaving allowance for hand reaming to be used. Do not move location or work table. Start end of reamer and drill. Fasten top, engage stop. With down feed lever, binababa, apply slight pressure and apply cutting fluid. Ito yon. Ito yung manual. So, may top wrench tayo. Down feed, stop reamer, and then yung hand reamer natin. Ano? Okay po. Machine reaming is same. Ang pinaibahan lang, we will use machine. Okay po. Tingnan natin kung may recording, may video presentation tayo ng reaming sa ating mga eskwela. Counter. Reaming pala, reaming. Sa kabila. Okay, so wala tayong reaming. So far, do you have questions with reaming? Wala. We will now proceed with the next topic, which is counter boring. Okay. I think kanina na-present na yung mayroon din tayong video ng counter boring. So, ang kinaibahan lang ng counter boring yung bits. Okay, yung counter boring, we use counter boring bits. Okay, so ang ano naman niya ay cylindrical. Yung kanina conical, counter sinking. Ito naman cylindrical, counter boring. Ibig sabihin, para mag-fit yung studs or bolt heads. Nakuha? Kasi 'di ba pag nag-drill tayo, nakaumbok yung ulo ng tornilyo o kaya ulo ng stud. So para yung ulo ay lumubog, gumagawa tayo ng counter boring o nagka-counter bore tayo. Okay po, nakuha? So it is enlarging top of previously drilled holes to given, thank you Sean, to given depth to provide square shoulder for head or bolt or cap screw. So, malakas ba o mahina yung boses ko? Kasi sa recording, mahina. Kaya nasigaw ako dito. Ano? Operation of enlarging end of hole that has been drilled previously. So, depth slightly greater than head of bolt, cap screw or pin is to accommodate. And then, ito yung ating example ng operations ng counter boring. Ito yung ating mga bits. Yan. So, as you can see the picture, para mailubog natin yung ulo ng bolts, ng bolts and nuts. Ng bolts rather. Okay, procedure on counter boring, so syempre set up, drill, mount correct, set, bring counter bore, start machine. Okay po, counter boring. Okay, so tingnan natin kung meron tayong recordings, video presentations ng counter boring. Counter boring. Yun, meron. Boring and spot facing. Counter boring.
The general hydraulic pressure reaches 31.5 megapascals, but some occasions need higher pressure, such as some hydraulic lines, hydraulic valves, and some pressure vessels. need a higher pressure detection. At this time, more than 30 megapascals is far from meeting the requirements. In this process, I found that a German product can meet this demand. It can achieve the pneumatic through the pneumatic pressurization. Pressure can reach several hundred megapa. I am Jin Lian Tao, the general manager of Jinan or Dimit Fluid Control Equipment Co. Limited. After working in Beijing
So hi guys, nandito tayo ngayon sa pathway ng aming school. Pakita mo yung pathway ng aming school. Sobrang naglalakad. Hi guys, nandito ako ngayon sa harapan ng Shoppa Building. Kami mamaya magkaklase. Pero dahil vacant pa namin, nandito ako ngayon nakatayo. At kung gusto niyo makita yung loob ng Shoppa Building, tara, samahan ako. Ngayon sa canteen, bibili tayo ng maiinom. Kaya naglalakad ako. Galing ako sa Shoppa Building, sa canteen. Bumili ako ng maiinom kasi na ako. Sobrang init. Tapos kanina pa ako naglilibot dito sa campus. Ayan, naghanap pa rin ako ng matatambayan kasi wala pa rin ako nakahanap. Sige, mamaya na lang guys pag may nahanap na akong tambayan. Ayan, nakahanap na ako ng magandang tatambayan na walang tao. So, yan. Ito muna tayo, pansamantagal. Dahil bigat pa naman. So, hi guys. Nandito pa rin ako sa nahanap kong tambayan. Nakala ko siya na yung best tambayan. Kaso, sobrang init ng aking inupan. Kaya hanggang makatagal dito. So, ngayon, ang gawin na lang natin ay hanapin yung nawawala kong set. Yan, nawawala kong set. Hanapin natin si Andre Villegas. Kasi kanina ko pa siyang hindi nakakasama kasi nga nauna siya pumasok sa akin hindi kami nagkasabay. So ngayon natin natin siya. Hey! Hi Dre! Yan. Hi ka muna sa aking vlog.
Hi guys!
Anong ginagawa mo dito?
Ala, kanina pa nga ako nandini. Wala akong magawa. Sa tagal ng vacant. 3 oras ba naman? Nakaka-boring na.
Boring? Ano magawa?
Wala akong magawa.
Kaya ka nakatambay dito?
Kanina pa ako nakatambay.
Meron pa tayong hindi nagagawa. Meron pa! Pati topic, kinakalimutan. Pati gawain, nakakalimutan na. Ngayon, may time. Deal. Since sa pagkasunduan na namin umpisahan yung vlog namin.
Yes.
Pupunta na kami ngayon sa
Mectec Group.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hi guys! We're here at Mectec Group to officially start our mini vlog about drilling operations.
Kung boring ka at naspatan mo na tong video na to, keep on watching!
At alam niyo ba guys, there are many different kind of drilling operations. Pero nakafocus lang tayo sa dalawa. At yun ay ang boring
at spot facing.
Nakikita niyo ba yan? Yung machine. Isa sa mga ginagamit yan para sa boring at spot facing. Ang tawag dyan ay drill press. Yan. May confusion pagdating sa drilling at sa boring dahil yan. Pero, bagamat may confusion dun sa dalawang yun, ay may
Okay, so additional lang yung kanina diniscuss natin is counter boring. So merong existing hole, ang goal lang natin mailubog yung ulo ng bolts or studs. Ito naman yung dinidiscuss nila, boring and spot facing. So si boring and spot facing, meron tayong types. Merong external boring at saka internal boring. Do you get it? Nakakuha po ba? Okay. So let's watch.
different purposes naman ang bawat isa. Yun nga, ang drilling ay nag-create siya ng hole. Siya yung nag-start para mag-create ng hole sa isang workpiece o sa isang bagay. At ang boring naman, yun yung nag-enlarge para
nag-enlarge ng butas sa isang pre-existing hole. At yun, isa pa ay ginagamit ang boring para to create a closer depth tolerance at saka higher quality para mag-finish ang isang hole. At yan, ang focus natin ngayon ay ang boring.
May dalawang pangunahing uri ng boring operation. Ito ay ang roughing at finishing. Ang roughing ay nagpapalaki ng isang butas sa pamamagitan ng pag-alis ng malaking bahagi ng metal para ihanda ang butas para sa finishing. Ang finishing naman ay ang mas precise na process na gumagamit ng mababaw na lalim ng paggupit para mapabuti at maayos ang finishing surface at accuracy ng isang hole. Gusto niyo pa bang malaman ng isa pang drilling operation? Just keep on watching.
Congratulations dahil umabot ka sa part na ito. Dahil malalaman mo pa ang another type of drilling operation, which is ang spot facing. Kagaya ng boring na diniscuss kanina ng aking friend, ang spot facing ay isa ding method of modifying an existing hole. Kanina, nalaman nyo kung ano ang meaning at purpose ng boring. Ngayon naman, ang aalamin natin ay ang patungkol sa spot facing. Handa ka na bang malaman kung ano ang spot facing? Atin ang alamin kung ano nga ba ito? A spot facing is an operation of smoothing and squaring the surface around and at the end of a hole. Its main purpose is to produce a smooth, flat, and not very round surface of an already drilled hole for proper sealing of nut or head of cap screw. A spot facing is generally done on castings and forgings. Ibig sabihin, ang spot facing ay isang operation or process ng pagtatanggal ng sufficient material around the hole para makapag-create ng flat surface sa edge ng isang cylindrical workpiece para magkasya yung bolt head or nut or yung head of cap screw. If hindi nyo ma-visualize kung paano ginagawa ang spot facing, here's a short video clip of spot facing.
Spot facing is just cleaning up the top of a hole to let a fastener sit on it. We're going to start with a center drill, and then we'll use a twist drill, and then we'll use our counter boring tool to actually make the spot face. So just a little spot drill with the center drill, follow that with the twist drill, do some peg drilling, make a hole. Spot facing is used a lot of times on casting when the surface is uneven to help the fastener to sit down level on the top of the surface.
Alam niyo ba that the most common way para gawin yung operation na napanood nyo is with the lathe, or also known as the mother of all machines. Ito ang itsura ng lathe machine. It can also be done with the milling machine, which is the appropriate tool for spot facing. And that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys learned something. Kapag boring ka, just visit our YouTube channel dahil marami kang mas patandang video dito na makakapagpatanggal ng pagka-bored mo.
Hindi lang yun, mas marami pa kang gagawin.
Okay po, so far do you have questions with counter boring, and spot spacing? Okay. So kung wala na po, I will end muna our discussion.